At Eternal Weekend in Japan, I lost a match versus my deck, but with Tezzerets instead of Luris. Let's take that concept and run it through a vintage challenge. Welcome back, vintage gamers, to a bit of an experiment. While I was in Japan, I played a match of Magic the Gathering at Eternal Weekend versus a player who was playing basically my Jeskai Luris deck, but with Tezzerets and Citadel. And there's been actually a lot of experiments in this space recently. Various True Hero, Esper Tinker lists, blue-black stuff from Eric. So there's a lot of experiments going on in this space, and I thought I'd try out something today, which is a bit of a Tinker PO take, but geared at being extremely consistent. And I originally had a splash of just Demonic Tutor, but I decided I wanted to see how it looked only blue-white. So I'm playing the 4 Thunder Trap Trainer for Tezzerets, and what this will hopefully enable is PO to be on the maximum amount of the time. That's kind of the goal here, with Trainer and Tezzeret both being 2 permanents for PO. I'm hoping that we can maybe make sure that PO is the best it can be inside of this deck, while also having this Tezzeret, which is a pretty strong package for PO in terms of being able to get Portable Hole to get turn off hate pieces, Vexing Bauble for fast starts, Sensei's Top. So we have Vault Key as well. But yeah, no Demonic Tutor for Time Vault, but I'm not really sure you need Demonic Tutor when you have 4 Trainer, 4 Stock Up, 4 PO. That's kind of my theory. I put a lot of work at one point into a blue-white PO list, trying to help Tristan with the last year's mocks for vintage, and we didn't really come up with anything we liked. But I think the thing that was super missing in those lists at the time was a Thunder Trap Trainer was not as ubiquitous as it is now. So that's what I'm gonna try to do today. This is gonna be just blue-white Tinker PO, but with like a very stock up Tezzeret Trainer shell. I'll see you in round 1. Looking to play some paper vintage? The next full proxy ELD vintage opening is happening in Bellingham, Mass on February 1st. I'll see you there. All right, here we are in round 1 of our vintage challenge. Unfortunately, I do have to hand hide for this round because our opponent has proven that they should not be allowed to look at my hand. I'm gonna mulligan to 6. Unfortunately, sometimes you just have to hand hide versus certain players. So, going to, assuming my opponent is on mono white, that's basically all they play. I'm just going to bottom this one and done. All right, we get to take a Cataxian Probe. There's no Chancellor. See what my opponent's hand looks like. Conqueror, Archon, Swords, White Plume, Caracas, Bauble, Ancient Tomb. I've got a double Mox in hand with a turn 1 stock up. I now have a force for their Vexing Bauble if I want it. Damn. Their only play is turn 1 Vexing Bauble. But I don't really have a strong follow-up play. I mean, I do have a strong follow-up play. I really don't want to force a Vexing Bauble, unfortunately, because I only have 2 cards left in my hand right now. One of them is not very good after mulliganing, and one of them is very good, but is a little weak to certain plays my opponent could make here. I'm thinking about taking Manifold and Manifold Key and letting the Bauble just resolve. Yeah, so the problem with taking Force Blue card is that I don't have a follow-up play, and then my opponent just plays a 3-drop. And it's bad for me. I don't have swords in the main of this list. I have portable holes, which are definitely worse versus 3 drops. I think I'm going to take Vault and Key. And my assumption is my opponent is going to lead. They ripped a Mox Ruby, which doesn't really change anything here. Still Vexing Bauble, Ancient Tomb. Or Vexing Bauble, Caracas, sure. All right. So, slight change of plans. I'm going to start with Ancestral Recall, because I drew an Ancestral Recall off the top. And I want to play a Mana Vault, and Not Me is correct in determining why I chose the line I chose. PO for 4. Not going to be able to replay these Moxen, but did not draw particularly well. I kind of needed to draw like a portable hole to get rid of this Vexing Bauble. I have a basic island, and I obviously have the mana to replay my Mana Vault and my key. I'll PO again for 2. Yeah. I can tell you that this went about as poorly as it could possibly have gone. Yeah, I mean, I am regretting the choice I made in not just taking blue card Force for Vexing Bauble. Discarding to hand size is happening. I'm going to discard a Citadel, a Mental Misstep, a Force of Will, a bunch of dead cards with Bauble in play. And now my opponent gets to choose White Plume, Archon, Clarion Conqueror. Yeah, I mean, not playing red means no Flame of Anor. And certainly a card we could theoretically play in this deck, but I just wanted to see if we could maybe not have to splash Volcanic Islands. All right, my opponent's going to shut down their Bauble and Ruby and play a Clarion Conqueror, which makes sense. I have a Meticulous Archive, which is better than no land, but certainly not great. Unfortunately, I don't have swords in my main, so we're in a pretty terrible spot. White Plume, I assume, for... no, just Archon. Didn't even use the Cavern. I think that means we're pretty dead. Oh, I can't even use my Tezzeret ability. Oh, man. So I can be bigger on the ground than White Plume, but it's not going to help taking 5 in the air every turn, and then at some point taking 7 and 5. We don't have a balance. We have just a chain, which is not going to be enough here. So if I don't make a blocker, I'm just dead. Yeah, I mean, I made my deck a little bit light to initiative in game one. Like it's a little bit supposed to be a little bit more powerful, but we did do the powerful thing, but the Vexing Bobble was just a little bit too much, unfortunately. I do think that if I went back, I would have just taken blue card force the Vexing Bobble, and hope to rip a good card off the top. That might have been a bit of a better choice. I have to make constructs or I die, so I guess I'll just wait. I don't think I have any outs, unfortunately. I would need to really have the dress down, which I also did not put in my deck. There's just like so few slots when you're trying to be this, when you're trying to have this much consistent action. There's so few slots. So like I wanted to have like a dress down, stuff like that, but my opponent does have Swords to Plowshares, obviously, here. It doesn't change the clock at all, though, so... Oh, they're just not attacking with this? Whatever, it's fine. Just lets me F6. They have another white plume. Ah, Void Mirror. Sure. Let's see. Even if I were to draw a chain, I can't cast multiple spells in the same turn. I guess I could draw a chain into some kind of like... Did I cut Snapcaster? I did cut Snapcaster. All right. I've been vanquished. The good news is this gets a lot better post-board. But I do feel that I probably would go back and change the way I played that game. I think I just have to hope. So like if we go back to the point where I had the stock up, my hand was Meticulous Archive and PO. So if I take blue card Force, then all I have is PO and not enough mana to cast PO. But I had like 4 trainer, 4 stock up, 4 Tezzeret, Tinker, all these things to draw into. So maybe the answer was to simply not worry about it and just force the Vexing Bobble so you can continue to play the game. The thing is, like, if I force the Vexing Bobble and don't draw anything, then he untaps and plays Clarion Conqueror, and then I'm super dead, right? The good news is we have plenty of cards to come in here. Not to mention a bunch of cards that I don't really like. These forces are going to be really light on blue cards to the point that I'm not even sure how good they are. I think I just want to take Citadel out. Maybe I just take Opal out. I can bring in these consigns on the play. Maybe I take a Sensei's Top out and one of the Tezzerets. Try something like this. I don't know. It might be that like keeping all of these forces in is just silly, but we'll see. All right, I have a solid hand. You have to trust me. Sorry to YouTube watchers. I don't really have to do a hand hider very often in Vintage, but unfortunately there are some miscreants. Anyone who was watching the channel in the weeks leading up to Eternal Weekend knows that this player, yeah. Unfortunate. I believe there's like technically a way that I can have it not show up in my recording, but I have not figured that out yet. I need to maybe take some extra time and do some research. No Chancellor. Just going to go Start with a Thunder Trap Trainer here. Consign stock up. I'm gonna take the swords as I have a Mox Pearl. They have a Mox Pearl and an Ancient Tomb, and they get to pick what creature they want to get swords. Or they can play a Void Mirror. It's fine too. Not particularly worried about a Void Mirror from this spot. Though there are, of course, always things that I can draw. That was not the best. No land. They're not willing to play a creature? Is that what we're seeing here? They certainly can play a creature. They have Pearl Ancient Tomb. A funny thing is if I portable hole their Pearl, they're actually going to be out of mana. Definitely just swordsing this now. All right, I'm going to cast that Brainstorm so that I can maybe find some better options here. Interesting. This is kind of like shuffling. Casting a Thunder Trap Trainer. You can see the Mox and the Consign I put back. I'll take an Ancestral Recall. And then I'm going to cast Portable Hole, and I'm going to put on the Mox Pearl here. My opponent didn't have a land last turn, so... Nice. Mono white can sometimes just fold to that. Just cast Ancestral. Just play a Vexing Bauble and a fetch land and attack for 3 with my trainers. Cool. Oh, yeah. That's the one. That's why we have a Hand Hider. I'm going to take the end step here and just cast Sink into Stupor on this Void Mirror. He has to discard to hand size. Going to attack for 3, and then I'm going to PO all my cards back to my hand. Including the hole. No, probably not including the hole. I don't really want to recast it. Cool. Easy win. That's exactly what I wanted to see. Swap these consigns back out. Let's bring in a negation. And I'd like another blue card. But is Hurkyl's Recall really what I want? I guess it could just be misstep. It helps prevent getting bobbled. Let me try that. All right, got a win on the draw versus mono white, which is quite challenging. But that game went really well. We're not really worried about Void Mirror stuff here with portable holes. Yeah, I definitely should spend some time and figure out how to... Oh, man. My hand is not very good. A mulligan. Somehow this is even worse, but I guess I'm keeping. This is not a good sign. No Chancellor from the opponent. Turn 1 Void Mirror. Sure. Go fetch. Basic Island. Soul Ring. Plains, I assume? Yeah, Caracas. Clarion Conquer. Sure. Tundra. I'm gonna swords this. Save life. Get my stuff back. Three drop. White Plume. Clarion. Let's see. White Plume. All right. Wasteland. Makes sense. I think I'm going to go chain this Void Mirror. Sapphire. PO for 2. Sapphire Soul Ring. All right, I assume my opponent is forging, unless they don't have a unless they like don't have a hate creature to follow up with. But I assume they're going to replay the Void Mirror. Ah, Lauren of the Third Path is back. All right, it's quite good here. Was not one I was expecting, but it's definitely good here. 5, 10, 12. Taking a lot of damage. I'm going to go with Brainstorm. I need to find something good. Wow, those cards suck. I think my outs here are like Vault Key. Yikes. I have 3 portable holes in my deck. I guess they can technically bounce their Lorien and replay their Lorien. Yeah, I think I'm a little too far behind in this game, unfortunately. My hand was just not powerful enough. I'm gonna go to 1. Don't really know that there was too much I could have really done besides have better cards. I mean, win game 1 would have been better. My opponent named Clown. My opponent named Clown because I'm hand hiding against them. That's too funny. That is the kind of opponent my opponent is, sadly. So this kills me if my opponent hits a non-land on top. Looks like they hit a non-land. Unfortunate to lose to the scum of the vintage community, but it is how it is. Sometimes you lose games of vintage. Yeah, I think the biggest thing I want to really change in this match was my original stock up. I think that's the biggest one I would change. In this game, I was like thinking maybe we can, if we can like time walk, Tezzeret, put away the Void Mirror, get into some kind of something, or I was like maybe the stock up can hit directly Vault Key. There's a couple different options on like ways to get out of this, but not sure. I don't really feel like balance is typically like very good against mono white. I just showed you, right? But I also like did not play any swords in the main, so I did not. I would say I built my deck very, very consciously, not caring about the mono white matchup, and certainly punished for it. All right, round 2, Vintage Challenge, up against ADM. We've got a banger hand. That's such a good hand. I have the hand hider off, right? ADM would never do me wrong like that. I mean, I just think it's a different approach. I think it's trying to do a different thing. This is the idea for this deck is I'm trying to maximize the amount I can play my POs. That's what I'm trying to do here. I think I am just casting stock up off of Academy. And then I can go blue, Soul Ring, Tezzeret, untap Soul Ring, stock up, and I'm like looking for a time vault mostly. I guess I'll take. So if I get Wastelanded, I still have 3 mana and a fetch and a top. So I think I'll take Force Blue card, even though it's turned off right now by the bauble. My opponent can't really do like Null Rod plus Wasteland. Scrawly Crawly, sure. You got it. So we're untapping with about infinite mana and a bunch of looks for tops. To be noted, it is worth noting that I cannot portable hole Scrawly Crawly, which is quite funny. All right, let's see what we got on the top of our library here. We got Thunder Traps and Stock Ups. So if I 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so I can kick a trainer. Seems pretty good. Oh, I forgot to freaking I forgot to float mana. Sorry about that. Now I have to use my land drop, which is quite bad here. But I can go search for this top again, so it's not a huge deal. Oh, I'm short. Okay, I really screwed it up then. So I had to use... I miscounted. My bad, chat. Rainstorm and a new Tezzeret. So we take a new Tezzeret. Ah, I counted the Tez. I see. All right. Well, I'm definitely in a worse place than I should be. Like I'm in a like I'm not in a great spot because of that mistake. Because now I don't actually have double blocker here. So I hope I don't lose from that mistake. But yeah, I don't think I want a second one of these to resolve. This card definitely gets better in multiples. Well, I still didn't really want to crack my bubble if I didn't have to. Because of this. Think it was better to just train her into a stock up. A third crawler. We are in trouble. All right, all right, all right. So the null rod is not actually a problem. The third and fourth second and third scrawlers are definitely a problem. Because I have, all right, that's good. This is exactly what we're looking for. The biggest problem is that my Volt key is not actually lethal. And I only have a single chain. So it gets a little dicey. But the nice thing about Tezzeret is exactly this. Just tutors for Null Rod, for Portable Hold to beat Null Rod. And, like, the thing is I might have just not put enough extra removal in my deck. I was looking for, like, counter crawler and then Chain of Vapor this crawler, but the second crawler, or the third crawler, makes that plan a little bad. Like, the whole idea here is quite sound that I can just use stock ups and trainers to find Vault Key. I have a chain and a sink, to be fair. I think this PO is just not gonna be good here. And I just take force. I mean, I could PO, theoretically. I just take force. I don't think I'm gonna PO in this game, so. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if Dress Down exactly solves the problem, but. There's my Tinker and my chain. Shit. I guess I should have played my land drop so that I could fetch in between. Maybe I should just take my chain and try to hit my time vaults. I think I'm just gonna take my chain. I think that card's more important to winning this game. Time Walk. Time Walk is great. I can also chain back my Thunder Trap Trainer and chain a Crawler. Should be fine. Portable Hole. No targets. Can let me search with Tezzeret if I want to, though. So I think what I'm going to do is float blue, chain my trainer, chain a crawler, kick another crawler. And then I guess they could bounce my whatever. Sure, that'd be fine. There's nothing here that they would sack a land to bounce, I don't think. They are going to sack a Tellarian Academy to bounce that. I just float this. Wait, so now I can sack another thing and bounce this crawler. That was a really bad play. That play was really bad. That's actually just really, really bad for them. And gives me 6, and this gives me less. So I will kick this trainer 8 more cards deep for a time fault. Chain is so good, by the way. Chain is an incredible card. Oh, I also can hit POs now, so that means we just won. All right, my opponent definitely made a mistake there. They should not have sacked the land to give me the opportunity to bounce both crawlers. But I think even without it, I'm thinking this is a win. If I take PO on the first one and then I find sync on the second one, I can still do things. If I do time vault, then I have 8 draws to find the things I need between, and I can like Tezzeret alt, I can Tezzeret find a Sensei's top, use my Sensei's top, stock ups and trainers. I do wonder if I might just need to have A swords in the main at least. But that was a pretty good showing for exactly why I'm trying to play Tezzeret and 2 portable holes, right? That was a beautiful example of what we're trying to do with that. I assume I'm going to go like a lot of cards in here. I don't know how I'm going to do that. Maybe on the draw, I just take out PO. What is Needle good for? Are they playing Wasteland? They're not. I don't think Needle hits anything in their deck. They're playing ADM. It's like Mono White Initiative, but with... No, wait, that's a different deck. I need to find a different ADM deck. This one? I guess it could be this one. Oh, I mean, that's just Raker. I guess they could just be on Raker. We didn't see any white cards, right? So it could just be Raker. I just assumed it wasn't Raker because it was ADM, but you might be right here. They have no rods. No, they have no rods in the main. There's no way. There's no way. They have no rods in the main. I'm going to take out a bunch of stuff like this. I might just bring this needle in for Wasteland anyways. I'll keep my Tinker Citadel, but I'll take out these POs. I just don't feel like I should need to be, especially on the draw. Probably don't need it. Okay, I don't mind this hand. Maybe I could take out Mana Vault if I... no, I probably want to keep Mana Vault for Tezzeret. All right, keep. Mana Crypt. I think that's acceptable. All right. Hope they null rob themselves. Stone Coil Serpent. Okay. Ancient City of Traders. Tangle Wire. Uh-huh. That is allowed. It's gonna be very awkward for them on the next turn here, but I don't know. I haven't checked in a while. I think they stopped giving them out unless you ask for them. So I don't think I have any codes for you. I've been definitely a bit preoccupied here. All right, so my opponent has to tap the Tangle Wire, the Ruby, and the Mana Crypt, I guess. Or they can just tap the Stone Coil because 2 damage is 2 damage. Yeah, makes sense. My opponent has 2 cards plus the one they draw. We still have an active force to help us hit an important card here. We don't have the ability to play these white cards at the moment. Forge? Crucible. I think Crucible is fine considering Wasteland is gone, but if I obviously... Oh, wait. ADM plays Ghost Quarter sometimes, man. Oh, I swear to God. Against anyone else, I would let this resolve, but... Sometimes he just walks up with a Ghost Quarter. All right, I'm gonna let it go. I think it's correct. Oh, ADM is great. Always a lovely opponent in chat. All right, looks like they're just gonna recur cities later. All right, I have to tap my stuff. Fetch is great here. Fetch is great here. Fetch is super good here. I'm gonna hold all my stuff. This needle being tapped by the Tangle Wire is pretty nice as well. This fetch is probably one of my best draws in my whole deck right now. All right, now they're out from underneath their own Tangle Wire. They've lost one of the flips. Sapphire. Golos. That's not happening. That is not happening. I cannot allow you to tutor for Strip Mine. I don't care about a 2/2. So I'm gonna let that continue to hurt me. I'll tap these. Consign is great. Gonna just do Tolarian, play my Mana Vault. So I'm still holding open Consign and Swords. Consign is a great draw because it covers a second Golos, which I am very scared of right now. This Tangle Wire didn't really do anything in this game besides slow my opponent down a little bit, so that went well. Sphere of Resistance. I don't think that's a card that matters. And if it was a card that matters, I have a Portable Hole. And then played an Ancient. Okay, so they're out of cards, and I still have a Consign. That is a good place to be. And yeah, I'm in a great spot here. Oh, I should fetch first. Definitely don't want that card. I'm just going to play through the sphere. So this way, I don't have to consign a null rod. I can just leave myself a portable hole. Also, it gives myself an out to the stone coil if I just draw nothing for 10 turns, 7 turns. I'm racing them with the mana crypt right now. They've lost 3 in a row. All right. Didn't play the card they drew. Now where are we going? Stonks. That's pretty good. Fried chicken mac and cheese wrap. Sounds good to me. Costs 4. The problem with 4 is that if I want to consign, I'll have to tap my mana vault anyways. So I guess I should just use my mana vault for a stock up here. Swords, Ancestral, Mox. Oh, I like Ancestral. Do I need another Swords? Certainly doesn't hurt to have another Swords. Moxes are pretty good too, though. Take a Mox. Oh, take a Mox. Oh, I'm yeah, now I have extra mana. Ah, those are quite good, aren't they? I guess I'll do portable hole on a sphere. I guess I can just do a portable hole on a stone coil serpent, and I can Hercules myself, and it'll die if I want. No POs though. If I had a PO, it'd be even easier. I'm trying to see if this mana crypt can kill my opponent. They drew a spell, another sphere. I think that's fine. I will just untap this. Oh, I misclicked my mana again. Whoops. I think I forgot. Ooh, that's not too bad. Just untap this mana vault. All right, I think I'm in a great spot. I do have to tap the mana vault to consign this turn, but I could also just not consign and Hercules my opponent if I really want to. I'm just playing blue-white control, basically. I could Hercules myself and then Tezzeret ults. Or I can just kick a trainer for 8 mana. Seems good, too. Yeah, you as well. Portal to Phyrexia, Manifold Key. I guess I'll take Manifold Key. And then Tinker. Yeah, I'll take Tinker. So just need to wait 1 turn. Wait, do I even need to wait 1 turn? So if I Hercules, then I Tinker. I can just wait. I'm gonna play the key out though. But yeah, I have a win next turn here, so. And I have a win through Null Rod because I have a Portable Hole and a Hercules and a Consign, so. Also, my opponent's dead to Thunder Trap Trainers. They're dead. They're dead a lot of ways here. They're also dead to like Plague 2 Artifacts Tezzeret ulti. Which seems like an even more fun way to go here, but I'll just keep it simple here. Not bad. All right, welcome to round 3. We're up against Lucas, who is double queuing right now, but usually plays Jewel and Raker, so it's definitely a good hand versus Lucas. Multiple forces. We'd like to see it. Mana Crypt. Mox. Blue Mox. All right. Talon Gates. Doesn't tell us Jewel or Raker. The One Ring, I assume. Mystic Forge makes it more likely to be Jewel, or no, I guess it makes it more likely to be Raker. All Raker decks have this, where not all Jewel decks have it. Let's force this pitching with Flusterstorm. All right. We lived through turn 1. It's a good start. Saga Gaming. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Karn? Cast Brainstorm. Okay. Okay. We got a plan here. We can use our Mox and our trainer to build out a PO. Do I want the top? I think so. Fetch it away. Get clean cards here. Trainer. Stock up. I was kind of hoping for a Mox there, but... Alright, so does my opponent just jewel me now, or... I thought about letting Karn resolve because I could chain it to buy a full turn. Ah, it is Raker. Okay. Ah, my opponent had... Okay, well... I guess I let them go for it. See if I get an extra bit of information to make sure it's Raker. Well, know. I think I was supposed. Like I said, I could have against the Karn. I could have chosen not to force it and just chained it. But I mean, they had restricted card, restricted combo. Kind of hard. They don't have to play anything more because I do have a construct, but I'm trying to see if I can't get them to play like a Raker or something here. All right, sweet. All right, so we know it's Raker. Again, they didn't have to play that, but they're double queuing, so they kind of want to make it happen. So this is a game where like I'd actually want a negation, but I feel like negation is not actually good against Raker. He's been mostly playing Raker, not Jewel. But he's not. I think I want. I think I want a negation. They have enough hits that. Don't know if I want this. Definitely want this. Which lets us be in a pretty precarious looking board plan here. I don't think I want chain. I do want misstep. I don't want probe. I don't think I need two portable holes. I think I'll play a portable hole. He doesn't play null rod board, does he? He does not play null rod board. I think I'm not gonna play any portable holes in game on the play. I think on the draw, I'll put a portable hole in my deck. Definitely want access to Citadel. Maybe I just don't want access to Portal. It's weird to say I want swords, but I don't want access to Portal. I think this Hercules is not very good. Maybe I just think this is too much. We could try this. No, I kind of think swords. It's tough. It's hard to say. Maybe I'll play down a Tez. Not sure. Try again. Hand sucks. This hand is also a little dicey, but it's close enough. Let's play the basics so that we can still brainstorm with a fetch land if we want. And I'll definitely take stock up. Gives me a plan if I don't have to turn one force anything. Which I shouldn't have to. But my opponent did have 4 mana turn one force of things I had to force last game, so hopefully I just like play a Raker or something. So I guess a Raker could go pretty badly for me too. Ugh. Tezzy boy. Unfortunately, Tezzeret's like pretty hard to kill. Unless they have like no zeros in their hand and I counter the thing they search for. I could always just untap Monolith. Really don't want to have to force here because I want to use my stock up. But I mean, I have to counter a ring here, so it's unfortunate. That's a good card if I have a PO, which I currently don't. Could buy Luris here if I had a Luris. They have another ring. Raker, unbeatable deck. No bad matchups. Not good. Not good. Gonna have to draw PO slash stock up stuff here. What? Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay. Yeah, their ring is gonna draw them 6 cards on the first turn. Not bad. I was thinking about maybe playing like a Void Mirror in my sideboard. That is not a tinker. Just gonna have to probably hit like Ancestral or Time Walk. It hit Mana Crypt. Oh, I'm dead. Well, that was fun. I mean, I guess I can try, but they're gonna draw 11 cards here, so can't imagine I make it to a turn, but not that the Luris would have done anything here. Kind of just not a strong enough hand to beat my opponent's hand. What do we do? Mulligan once on the play? It's pretty tough to beat multiple payoff Jewel and Raker hands. Interesting that they would play Saga here and not hold it for Academy. Might let this resolve so that did they already use their... They didn't use their Tezzeret yet, right? Oh no, they already did use their Tezzeret. All right, my bad. Do they just have 2 tops in their hand already? They had triple Raker. That probably means I'm just dead to spells. 3 Rakers in their top half. Yeah. It's not that unreasonable. All right. You got me. You got me. Not much I could really do there. My hands were just not strong enough. All right, chat. Round 4. We're up against a Jordan in the 1-2 bracket. Probably getting squeed. I mean, keeping it. Definitely keeping it. We are definitely getting squeed. Portable Hole. Not great against squee. Unless they chalice us. All right, 6 cards, 2 powders. Gonna go with the basic island ancestral on their upkeep. And you got a force. Only 2 negations were gone. Yeah, I had a force. Pitching subtlety. All right. Well, it's quite bad for me. This matchup is atrocious. No activation on Bazaar. Tezzeret. Those are good cards. Those are very good cards. Opponent probably has another counterspell, though, considering they didn't activate Bazaar on their turn. Maybe a Vigor as well. I don't think he's got Vigors in the main anymore, though. Not sure. I haven't seen his most recent squee list. But we can always Tezzeret into Bauble. Basking Rootwalla. I think I'm gonna misstep a Rootwalla. He pitched Force, Trap, Subtlety. I guess I could Portable Hole it later, but it's kind of bad for me if he does have a mental misstep of his own, though, because then I still have a Soul Ring underneath. Not the end of the world. Up to 6, down to 3. Vengevine, Rootwalla, Squee. And a hollow one. And if he's got blue card forces, his last 2 cards, it's pretty much game over. Not much we could have done about it. Classic to Jordan. Classic Squee. This deck is so broken. So good against the decks that I play. Wasteland. Okay. Well. I think that means we can almost get a winning PO going here. I guess it doesn't really mean that. Because we're not going to have enough mana still. I could draw the Soul Ring and get a Sapphire. Probably correct. I mean, the last card's probably a second trap, right? It's pretty bad for me. I feel like going for PO here is worse. But then again, if I lose my Tezzeret and I just have... I mean, I have PO next turn for 3 with a Mana Vault, right? And he's got 1 Squee left. And he has to attack the Tezzeret with not the Rootwalla. I think I just like Sapphire more. This doesn't change the clock at all for him to attack the Tezzeret. Unless they're not, unless I portable hold a Rootwalla. Oh no, wait, I'm gonna take a Mana Vault damage. Never mind. Ah. Feels pretty bad regardless. Can't imagine this works out for me. I guess I can upkeep PO and I wouldn't take a damage. And that way, if I draw a white source, I can hole and live for an extra turn. Probably supposed to then. Yeah. Negation pitching Force of Will. Man, playing versus Squee is such a treat. What a good time. It's just... My deck just has not much it can do. Uh, yeah, I mean, I don't even have ley lines or anything, so got a portal, a needle. Cage is not very good. A crypt is probably good to have, but I have a lantern. Probably still want to have it anyways. This matchup is just so atrocious. Like, I can bring in swords, some number of swords if I want. It's just, do I really want that? I mean, I had main deck Bauble and Lantern. I just didn't get them in time. Cage stopping Vine is not enough. No. I would not bring in a cage. Trim a PO. I trim an island anyways. Probably not. Maybe just 2 swords. I feel like I want to have 4 swords. Trim like 2 POs. All of it feels really bad, but that's a wildly unplayable hand. It's close though. Just need another mana. I didn't have a third mana to play my Tezzeret on turn 1. What are we talking about? Do I play this crypt out? I guess I do. Yeah, figured my opponent kept 7 again, or kept 7 this time, so if I don't play it, like the crypt doesn't do anything. So I think I just hope there's no vigor. Like if I'm not playing the crypt here, I think I just shouldn't be boarding it in. Like, what am I doing with the crypt? Just holding it for squeeze? Jesus. Okay. I boarded out all my Chalice Hate, so glad I didn't hold my crypt. And immediately draw a 0. Pretty sure I'm supposed to play out my trainer. It's getting forced. I boarded out every piece of Chalice Hate, right? Yeah, I boarded out every single piece of Chalice Hate. Yikes. Not great for me, I must say. I really don't like to keep in bad cards just for Chalice. That's a one of, but these are not good either. I think I might take Brainstorm so I could theoretically get rid of this jet later. No, it's okay. I mean, I took out Chain. I think Chain's better than Sync, so. I think it's okay to let him have one squee back here. This matchup is just completely unplayable. There's like not a lot we can really do about it. Just no activate. Vigor? So now I don't even get to Tormod script the thing? Well, what if I have PO? Isn't that like really dangerous? Maybe not, because there's a chalice in play. Don't think I'm tinkering anything, considering, well, that's pretty good. Does mean I can't get rid of this jet, though. It's a good fluster storm. Well, if we dodge a wasteland, we might be actually in good shape. Probably have to crack this Tormod script on just about anything, including that squee. So we're very locked out by our brainstorm for a turn here. I am glad I didn't take the time walk. Well, I guess the time walk would have been pretty good. Things considered. That's why I didn't really want to bring in Tormod script. I didn't feel like it was great, but I felt like I wanted to have the ability to Tezzeret and grab it and get rid of squee effects. They kept a Master of Death and pitched a different squee. Fantastic. Oh boy. It's not good. As long as I don't get wastelanded, it's not bad. Two masters. Great. Seems bad for me. Just gonna play Tundra, go to the upkeep and swords, and then make a construct. Nice, I can get in there. This is gonna gain them a lot of life. Kind of bad for me if there's a counter for this, I guess. But interesting, he kept in subtlety. Card doesn't really hit very much, but maybe he thought about subtletying my Thunder Trap Trainer. Be pretty good, actually. Is it Planeswalkers? Oh, I guess it hits Planeswalkers. Never mind. It's pretty good. It has 8 hits. It's actually a lot. All right. All at one's down. That's true. Matchup is so bad. Two masters. Any wastelands in the top 1/3 of the deck? Nope. Second Bazaar. All right. So we get 2 constructs. It's notably good for us. Till they get vigored. Play better. Thanks. That'll do it. Has to respond to this though. Or else I get a bobble. All right. Now I think we have a good chance of winning. Vexing Bobble definitely helps this matchup. Got 2 4/4s. 4/4 is not large enough yet, though. We kind of need to draw like a Soul Ring or something. Tezzeret. Didn't activate, and then didn't bring those back. Interesting. I feel like I would go for it because the way he needs to win is Vengevines, right? Just off it? Interesting. That game is not lost yet. It's very odd. All right. Well, that went well. I think I'm gonna board this Citadel out and put the chain in. Swords Trainer stock up. It's not bad. Opponent kept 7. Kind of needed opponent to do some amount of mulliganing. It's pretty hard to beat 7 card squee. Oh, I guess he did powder once. Force trap, 2 root wallas, master hollow one. Two squeeze and a root walla. That's so bad for me. Probably have to go trainer and hit Tormod's Crypt. Oh, man. I should have played the jet first. Tormod's? Force, stock up Tez. Oh, Tez is good. Just gonna be too late, I think. My opponent's gonna have drawn 3 cards every turn. Or for next turn here, they're gonna draw 3. And only have to put 2 coming back. It's pretty bad. Kind of need an extra mana too, so I can play swords and have to. I mean, I guess I don't need swords yet, but I'm not resolving my Tezzeret, so even if I do resolve it, it doesn't really help very much. My opponent has 10 cards in hand. Seems good. Yeah. Just squeeze things. So there's a wasteland. 2 squeeze and a noxious are out. Am I getting vigored on my 1 jet so that I can't play Tezzeret? They know. Oh, I drew force. It's interesting. I'm gonna fetch another basic island here. Tezzeret. I probably force there. Though that does turn on trap for my Tormods. All right, double negation. Pitching trap misstep. Okay. So they still have 2 squeeze, so we're still dead. They just draw 3 cards every turn. You can't do anything about it. Having to pitch my stock up to force there is very unfortunate. No activates. Time Vault. Fantastic. Hey, it would have been lethal with the Tezzeret. The Tezzeret had resolved. Up to 7, down to 4. Pitch at least 2 squeeze. 2 squeeze and a root walla. That means he's got 2 pieces of interaction in hand. Or else you'd probably try to hold the root walla for vines. Vigor, pitching vigor. Sure. I don't actually have a Karn or a Yogwill in my deck, so I can't get back my Time Vault. Which is probably bad for my chances of winning. Deck might just want to have a Karn for that. I definitely considered a Karn, but it's kind of hard to fit. And it's very clunky. But yeah, we're on a top deck war with a player who's drawing 3 cards every turn, so there is really no point in playing this out. Kind of just lost from deck selection. Are the last playing? No. They have more cards than they started with. Yeah, I mean, it's my best spell, but it doesn't matter. That is certainly a way to look at it. Noxious Revival, a negation to the top of his library. Activate, draw negation, cast negation. Okay, I'm out of here. I'm not having any fun. Next. All right, we're going to do our best to battle back to a 3-3 finish if we can. Here we are in round 4-5 now, 1 and 3. But never give in, never surrender. Not a bad hand, especially if we can find another blue card to protect our spells. Mox. What do we find down here at 0 and 3 plus a buy? Ancestral on my upkeep with Academy Jet. No Ancestral. Interesting. Okay. I'm gonna go bait a strip mine with Tundra and Mana Bolts. Key. I guess I lead on Bauble. Maybe this gets forced. No. Key. Untap Mana Vault. Tezzeret. Just untap Mana Vault because I can't play any zeros. All right, I mean, a powerful start. Doesn't do anything yet, but I will have Hardcast Force up next turn. I can tutor for a top, and I have top key. A lot of the Japanese lists were not playing any keys in these kind of decks. Like, they would play 4 Tezzeret, no key. I just don't like that very much. Like, you have Sensei Stops in your deck. You have Urza Saga in your deck. Oh, is it Jewel? Maybe it's just like a Tinker deck. Maybe it's the mono blue Tinker deck. It's a Metamorph. Yep. All right. This Hardcast Force should do a lot of work. Sync. Okay. I like minus for a top. And then pass with everything up. I guess I could get a portable hole and portable hole their mana vaults. Is that stronger? Might be stronger. Really keeps them off mana if they're on like Jewel or something. I don't like it. It means I'm further away from action, but I'm not sure that's bad for me. I have so much action in my deck, right? POs and stock ups and trainers, and can't be that bad. Cracking Bauble. That means they lost 4 mana this turn. Kind of like this for me. Oh, they all right. Well, they drew their own mana vault. Fair enough. The One Ring. So I'll just tempo this. Oh, I guess I just counter it, really. We have so many action spells, and if we don't, they're going to be counter spells. Brainstorm. Don't mind that. Do I want to use a different mana? The only white card in my main is the hole, right? So just use this. Okay. So what I can do is put back Island Sync, tutor with Tez, play a new Tez, or Ancestral, or just Ancestral through it. But I don't feel like these cards are cards I really want. Sync is not bad. So maybe I put back Island Lantern. Oh no, I need the Lantern to get this Tez to 3. Not sure. Maybe I should just draw through it all with Ancestral. Maybe it's fine. I guess I could draw the Sync and then shuffle. If I kept my white mana up, I could have P-hold the jet. Top. Ancestral myself. This is going to be uncounterable, so which you can untap, tap. Tezzeret's free. Untap. Probably want to just play a top as well. And then do I P hole back? Do I get the portable hole back? No, I don't think so. Activate PO for all of those ones. Technically still have sync back up in case there was a mana drain or something. Okay, Mox. Mox. Mana Vault. I guess I could have gone Mana Vault Tezzeret first to make this as more. Probably should have. They want to force it? Sure. Just don't care. Force pitching PO. Oh, I ran out of mana somewhere along the way here. It's fine. They have one card left in hand, so... I definitely should have played my key at some point to untap. They couldn't fight over the PO because I had a Vexing Bauble in play. But now they don't have a force to protect their whatever this is, so it was not a very good play. They should definitely not have force Tez. It's still like a lose. Like, whatever they do, they're going to lose, so it's not like a big deal, but... Let's... I'm expecting to win from this turn, so not worrying about holding open sync. Because I'm casting a trainer kicked here. It should find a PO. There's a time vault. Does it too? I just don't think I just don't think that matters. I was just trying to get the most things in play before I activated Academy, because I knew I had enough to double trainer into anything, so wasn't really min-maxing it either, though. So it does look like we're kind of playing a pseudo mirror. Opponent had 1-rings, metamorphs and POs and stuff. Could just be Jewel though. Which doesn't really change our board plan besides maybe making Flusterstorms worse. I do want to be able to needle the 1-ring. That's quite strong. Can consider Hercules. Island can go. Lantern can go. Bobble on the draw can go. Chain can go. I think Portable Hole can go, but it might be nice to have one as a card we can get. And then if it's Jewel, Fluster's bad. If it's stock up, Fluster's good. But we didn't see anything to convince us it wasn't a bad jewel, like a weak jewel keep. Right? Did we see anything that what did they pitched a PO to force, and they showed us a metamorph and a ring, a sync and an academy. That just says jewel, right? That kind of makes me want to check, just cut the PO. Oh, and play another fluster. Try that. That's a great looking hand. See what Dingus has for us here. Island, Soul Ring. It's easy misstep target. No Mox. Tundra. I'm gonna Time Walk. Get my land drop, so now I can play Tezzeret, or I can hold up Negation. Tezzeret, or do both by playing Tezzeret and getting a Black Lotus. Got negated. Pitching PO. It's fine. Another one where that came from. Odawara. Okay, so this is definitely feeling like Jewel. Let's go Tezzeret. I think I'm gonna go get the Lotus just so that I can hold up Hardcast Force. And I have a Meticulous Archive to help us find action for the next turn. Some very weak Jewel hands if it is Jewel. It could be the mono blue River Regent deck. I don't remember that having a Metamorph in it, but... so I could just lose my Tezzeret and go get a top. I don't think that's necessary. So there's a workshop. So definitely Jewel. Hardcast Negation. Tellerian. All right, I think I'll go get a Sensei's top then. There's a Tinker and a Trainer. Just gonna wait. Am I gonna wait? Shouldn't have played my Tellerian. Yeah, I just messed that up. That's okay. Shouldn't have played my Tellerian, so I couldn't get brick, but this is fine. Force and force is no big deal here. But now they have a Metamorph target is one of the reasons why I was worried about this play. But we got plenty of things here, so no problem. Not 10 and a PO. Seems good. That's 6. All right. I play a Tez. Play a Mox. Play a Lotus. Play a Mana Vault. Play a Stalker. Play a Time Vault. Time Vault. Ancestral. I play a land. Play a Time Vault. Cool. In the game. Oh, well. So, yeah. I mean, I would expect our deck to be pretty good against Jewel, so not bad. Didn't play this very well, personally. I could have sequenced things in a little bit tighter of a manner, but take a W and try to get back to 50%. Welcome to the sixth and final round of this Vintage Challenge, trying to bounce back for a nice 3-3 finish up against a possible Raker gamer. It's not a good hand. But I also don't really want to mulligan it. I should probably mulligan it. It's really not a good hand. Let's mulligan. Is this better? This lantern just keeps popping up in my hand. Maybe my opponent's on dredge and the lantern was good the whole time. I guess this one, at least, I can put back a PO, play the Lantern Pass with Flusterstorm open, and then ends up Meticulous Archive looking for a 3rd mana for stock up. Like, that's something, at least. It's certainly a better hand because it has a Mox, but it's just not that much. Like, it doesn't have any interaction against a possible Raker opponent, which is not great. I'll wait for our opponent to show up, and then we'll battle. All right, opponent's here. We're going to keep our kind of a week 6 after mulliganing our week 7. Hopefully, opponent's not on Raker and they're on Dredge, and this hand's great. Somehow I don't feel like that's happening, but you never know. Maybe they had a change of heart. I guess I can choose between... No, I just gotta play a tap land here. I just have very little options. But I mean, what am I gonna do? They were here for a second. Come back, come back. I'm trying to entertain people and I'm failing. I'm winding down. They're not even multi-queuing. They're just not hanging out. All right. Our opponent's back, I think. All right, Mox. Ancient Doom. Scrawly Crawly. I'm gonna crack my lantern. What do we take off that? Land Opal. Stock up Time Walk? Yeah, I don't think you can ever take those. I'm okay with like Walk Opal or like Stock Up Opal or like Trainer Opal maybe. I was thinking about just going Tundra Opal, play Portable Hole PO on the next turn and try to win. Immediately draw PO. It's not bad if I don't die. Hopefully they just play a ring. Oh, come on, man. There's no way. No bad matchups. No bad matchups. It's incredible. I'm just dead. It's just Karn every time, man. I would have taken a force if I had one. Maybe Scrawly Crawly will draw me a chain, but now a chain's not probably even good enough, so. How is it always Karn, though? Like, they just always have Karn against me and easily cast. I want to be a Raker player when I grow up. I just don't get it. Probably not Portal. Was there another card I was bringing in? Or taking out? I think I remember like the same ones here. All right, well. Not my best looking hand here. I don't think I'm allowed to mulligan it though. Hopefully they don't have a turn one play with the bobble here, and then we can crack it if we need to. Turn one, the one ring. Or Flesh Raker. I I don't know, man. Get my ass kicked. I just dead turn one uncounterably because I played bobble. Like, is this normal? Holy shit. Probably just negate this. Bobble, top. Could be worse. Could be a Scrawly Crawly, right? And Academy. All right. Okay, I think this is good. I don't even know if I need a sword. Just take Trainer Vault and win next turn. If the Force was fine. This time they didn't have 8 payoffs. Too much mana. Press or hit record? No, I'm good. No spell? They have mana drain then? My big trap, sorry. Close. Know if I'm willing to draw 2 cards to lose a blue mana. I guess I am. Because I can get blue mana off Tezzeret. Oh, yeah, that's the good stuff. Because I also have a land drop technically as well. All right. That's what being the blue combo deck in the combo mirror is supposed to be like. You counter their spell that matters, and then you win. Because they can't counter anything that you do. All right, try again. Oh, I should have cut the Vexing Bauble. Whoops. What would I brought in? I would have brought in Opal. That's pretty bad. That's pretty bad. This hand is actually the worst hand I've seen all night. All right, well, if I don't die on turn 1, this hand's pretty good. Yeah, I mean, we would have just died on turn 1 if they had 2 tops. It's true. Oh my god, we're dead. We're so dead. Scrolling Crawler? Please, 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 Scrolling Crawler. Please. Please just play a Scrolling Crawler. Please, just play a Scrolling Crawler. Please. Vexing Bauble. All right. Their Vexing Bauble is a little bit better than mine. A ring here is really bad for me. I just get like one of Bobbled, one of Karned every fucking game. I guess Bobble with Raker with Tezzeret is not a one of, but oh, all right. Oh, I should have kept my time vault. I would have won. Whoops. If I kept my time vault, we'd be the game would already be over. I brought in a needle, right? It's pretty good. Those were a really good series of ancestral draws. Like, those are close to the best ancestral draws I had in my deck. I did summon Karn. It's true. Nothing? They can tutor with Inventor's Fair. What do they tutor for? Null Rod? This is probably... Oh, right. They can just get Time Vault. It's pretty bad for me. How can I even beat that? Consign? I guess I just have to find Consign on stock up. Or somehow get my own vault key. It's pretty bad for me. Inventor's Fair is an interesting one to have. Don't know if all the lists have that. Consign? PO. Does PO technically works here? I guess I take PO Island? Seems stupid. My only answer to Bobble is chain. Gonna have to let them draw with the ring too. I mean, nothing else is good, right? Maybe I just can't pick up this. The problem is like have to draw exactly consign in 3. Like, can't even be like time walk because I won't be able to play a 0. Guess it could be chain, but then yeah, I guess it could be chain. Nope. Do I have a Tezzeret thing that I can get? I don't have a second ring, right? Man, this Vexing Bobble card. Holy shit. It's so annoying. I don't think there's anything I can tutor for. It's not the right deck. I can tutor for Soul Ring so that my next turn is better. It's not even that much better because I have to use the Mana Vault untap probably. So we're just hoping that they don't find the mana they need to play the Time Vault. It's pretty bad for me. Oh, they didn't find it. I cut the portable holes. I guess I should just leave one in. How often is like portable hole actually going to be good versus Raker? Am I misevaluating? Like, I mean, it's clearly good when they have a fucking vexing bubble, but maybe I should just have it in on the draw, have one in on the draw. Did they find an infinite flesh raker here without even searching? No, because they have a time vault. Okay. Okay. Just need a time vault of my own, right? I drew the consign. Okay. So, what is the best use of my Magic the Gathering cards? Surely we start with stock up. Time Walk, Swords. Definitely Time Walks. Don't need another Swords. But I don't really need the other cards either, though. So maybe I just take Time Walk, Swords the Crawler. Maybe I want second consign. I just don't think I need a second Thunder Trap. Yeah, maybe I should just have a portable hole. I don't know, like, I should be able to counter a Tezzeret on turn 1, right? For the most part. I think all of these cards are pretty much winning. Because I can kick a trainer. There's a Tinker. I just needed my opponent to miss on a mana, and they just didn't have a mana, so we win. That's the power of playing blue. Yeah, I guess I should just have a portable hole on the draw. Or just have one in my deck in general, because I have 4 Tezzeret, right? It's not like I'm playing PO where I don't have ways to tutor it, right? It's very different from playing, like, bringing it in as... Because I never bring it in as Luris PO, but as this deck where I have my own Tezzeret. Though, like, if my opponent Vexing Bobbles me on turn 1, like, how often is my Tezzeret getting a fucking portable hole? Mana Screw? What are you talking about? My opponent had Black Lotus, Inventor's Fair, Grim Monolith, Tezzeret, Manifold Key. Where's the Mana Screw? Yeah, I think I misevaluated though. I think because I have Tezzerets, I should just have a hole. No, the power of blue is I have card draw and selection, where my opponent has the top of their library. But yeah, I got lucky there to just whiff one turn on a top deck. Not any land for what it's worth. Like Vexing Bauble meant that none of the Moxen were turned on, so it had to be exactly a land or like a monolith or something. But if Raker brings in Rod, isn't that just winning? Like, isn't Raker terrible if they have Rod in play? Like, I'm just winning if they bring in Rod. Like, I don't even know if I want to ever get rid of a Rod. Like, the Raker deck is absolutely atrocious if it has a Rod. It's not like I'm Jewel. I don't think so. I mean, I kept in a chain, so like I have an answer. Like I kept in a chain. It's not like it's not like I'm playing no answers to, but like chain is better because chain answers Karn as well. So like, but I chose not to play a Merchant Scroll in this list, so like it's actually easier for me to find Portable Hole than to find chain. But I think, I don't know, when you have 4 Tezzerets, then it's so little cost to play Portable Hole that I should probably just play. I mean, I definitely should have had it in that game because I should have boarded out Bobble and I just clicked through it, right? So we split our games versus Raker. It was a little bit too close, but it happens. We obviously could never beat Tezzeret. That matchup is just unplayable. These Raker draws were really, really good, so it was too hard to win. Then we won the pseudo mirror or the Jewel matchup. I think it was Jewel. Yeah, we crushed Jewel, and we were able to beat up on the Null Rod aggro deck because we had all those portable holes, which was really, really nice. And then we unfortunately lost against the villain playing mono white, but I think I made a poor choice on turn 1 in game 1 of the tournament. If I had gone for the counters, I could have at least top decked out of it. Whereas the way I chose to play the game, it was like really hard. It wasn't really hard. Like I did PO for 3. I just had to hit like very specific things. So if I were to play this deck again, chat, what would we change? What were the biggest problems of playing this deck? What were the things we would change? I didn't like how weak we were to mono white, but I also don't want to play cards that are good against mono white. I don't really want to cut Tez. It's kind of the whole point. We wanted to play an Ancient Tomb, right? It's maybe 2 Ancient Tombs. The problem is like, which lands are we cutting for Ancient Tombs? It's really tough to cut blue lands when you're trying to cast PO. I'm not really sure that Ancient Tomb is good. I feel like the deck worked. The deck did what it was supposed to do. The Tez was like key to doing the thing. It kind of ties the whole deck together, doesn't it? If anything, the trainers were the bad card, but the trainers are blue. I mean, we could play different cards instead. Like we could play Scroll, Snap, Fluster, Bounce Spell, Unable to Scream or whatever. I wanted to originally try to playing some more mono blue, but Portable Hole Tezzeret is... I think the biggest reason to play Tezzeret is Portable Hole. I mean, Bobble is like nice, but we're not playing Bobble on turn 1 with our Tezzerets very often because we don't have Grim Monolith. But like, Tezzeret Portable Hole is really strong. I'm not quite sure. I didn't particularly like Tinker Citadel. We also didn't really cast very much Tinker Citadel. Also, like, a lot of your Tinkers are going to go for Time Vault when you have so many keys. I think Tez is really, really strong. Do you not think Tez is a super strong card to Jordan? It's just so versatile. I'm not sure that this is the best Tezzeret shell. Still think Raker uses it the best, sadly. But I see is like I don't like typically I don't play Tinker when I don't have Citadel. I don't like only being able to get Time Vault. It's not very good. Oh, I think it's definitely super strong. Like Vexing Bobble was a big part of it, but my deck just didn't have as much. You know, doesn't it's not really easy for me to have the 4 mana on turn 1, which is kind of why I didn't have the Karn in my deck at all. You know, it's very hard to have the mana. Ugin? I can't even play Karn. I don't think this deck. This was not a very good Karn deck in my opinion. So it's definitely not an Ugin deck. I think the Tezzeret. There's like a couple. There's like 3 main Tezzeret plays that are just super good, which is obviously Tezzeret Time Vault, Tezzeret Bauble, Tezzeret Portable Hole, Tezzeret Lotus, and Tezzeret Mana Crypt or Vulnerable. It's like, yeah, we can't cut any blue cards. I would agree with that assessment, but that does mean that we are like really just super tight on space. I feel like the cards. I think I like the Citadel was bad. I do feel like the Citadel was actively not very good. Just kind of wild. I could like cut Tinker Citadel and play Scroll Karn. I was also thinking about like having a second top so you can do top things with Tezzeret, but oh no. I mean, I think Tezzeret hits a different section of the metagame with its toolbox than Flame does. And I think the section of the metagame that Flame hits is much more important. Like this Tezzeret is giving me game against like Null Rod, Oof, and Dredge, and Flame is giving me game against like Null Rod Mono White stuff. Like it's like gonna give me a better game against creatures. Like this deck was really weak to mono white creatures because I just have no good removal in the main. This is why I don't play Portable Hole. Like there's a portable hole. There's a flex slot in PO where I play Swords to Plowshares, and other people play Portable Hole. And like CRK was trying to convince me that Portable Hole was better than playing Swords to Plowshares in the Jeskai PO decks in that flex slot, and I was just like, no, there's too much mono white. Like you need to be able to beat mono white, and Portable Hole just does not do it against mono white. I mean, it's not nothing against mono white, right? Like this can hit the Void Mirror, but you just can't play both. Like you can't like this is already too many 3-drops. Like this is another reason why I kind of want to cut Tinker is because 8 like how am I going to play more 3-drops in this deck? Well, yeah, I mean that was a thing I was going to do as well, not me. Like that was a build. That one you can play Ancient Tombs in. But I just like it's like really hard to justify cutting the Portable Hole when I feel like that's one of the best things you can do with the Tezzeret. But like you could absolutely like cut the white cards entirely. I mean, maybe you play Portable Hole off of just well, I have been doing that in other decks too. Maybe you can play the Portable Hole off of just Talon Gates. Like if you play this deck and you play Ancient Tomb, Talon Gates, and Islands. How many lands is that? I mean, at that point, like, why aren't we playing Rakers, maybe? But Like, isn't Talongate's just a broken card? I kind of want to just like play it and everything. At this point, you're probably not playing 2 Portable Holes main. You're probably only playing 1. Well, I think the top is really important with the Tezzeret, like the first top. I think like a second top is flexible, but the first top with Tezzeret, I wouldn't cut. I would probably put the scroll back in. Where'd I gain a spot from? Oh, the Portable Hole. Like, getting a top off of Tezzeret is a really high value play. Like, is this a better deck than the deck I registered today? Maybe. But, sorry, unable to screen. Like, it could be. Probably don't want 3 Portable Holes. This is just another way. These are all kinds of things that I wanted to test. So, but this deck probably wants 2 Grim Monolith if you can fit it. How do you ever fit it? It almost certainly wants 2 Grim Monolith. It might just be too many non-blue lands as well. Yorion is not the answer. Neither is playing the workshop card that doesn't cast anything. It's tough because like this lantern sticks out, but the first Dredge Hate off of Tezzeret is so good. So this is just like playing trainers instead of rakers in the old Raker PO build that I made. That's basically what this is. Like, I don't have to play Talon Gates, but I actually think Talon Gates is pretty strong. I don't know. There's a lot of options here, and that's the reason we tried it out tonight. We thought it'd be like a worthwhile little test, and I'm certainly going to play around more in this space, though I don't really believe in Tezzeret over playing Luris. It's just other options. Even like within the Luris PO space, you know, you might want to try to cut white and play the Unable to Screams, but then you still need to play Luris, so you have to play white or black. So it doesn't really make any sense to do that, which is why it makes more sense to try to cut your removal spells and your DT targets from this kind of deck where you don't actually need white or black because you're not trying to play Luris. But I don't know. I don't have answers. There's just a bunch of questions, and we'll experiment with them as we head along towards the new mock season. Next weekend is actually the first showcase. You need 40 QPs to play in it, so make sure that you're grinding either leagues or I got Magic Online to put up a bunch of prelims. So if you go to mtgoupdate.com, and not sponsored, but you should support Sachs. And use to format vintage, you can actually see in your time zone when all of these things are. So next week, Monday, 2 p.m. and 8 p.m., we're going to try to fire these to help people get qualifier points. Maybe Tuesday at the 10 p.m. is pretty reasonable as well. So bunch of prelims next week if you need to get QPs to play in the showcase. So thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed this vintage content. More gameplay content on this YouTube channel every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I'll see you then.